89 to 93, part of 4 consecutive Southern Conference championship teams, known for his All-American performance, the 1992 NCAA championships, but originally had aspirations of playing basketball instead of wrestling. I could post you up, so I can see why that. But we are fortunate that you came here. One thing, his quote in his bio. Let me read this, and this would make all coaches happy. Talk about his coach Ethan Reeves. Coach Reeves was like a Marine drill sergeant. He worked you like a rented mule. What coach wouldn't want to have that said about him? Sure, you have a way with words. And let me introduce our newest inductee into the Chattanooga Hall of Fame, Guy Harris. Guy.
Well, my dad played high school basketball in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, at a town of about 300, and he says he was a basketball star up there. And my brother played basketball, and so I said, well, I'll try basketball too. And I was 4 feet 11, 98 pounds, and I got cut from the freshman squad, either the freshman or JV team, I can't remember. And I remember the play, and I could see the coach just putting a check mark by my name, scratch him. Our point guard was the middle linebacker for our football team. His name was Mike Malzahn, and he actually walked on at the University of Florida. He was a big old guy, and he threw a no-look chest pass at me, and I didn't see it coming. It hit me, about knocked me over, and I could just see the coach saying, "No, cut it." So the wrestling coach said, "Hey, we got a spot at 98 pounds. You can be a varsity letterman." I thought, varsity letterman. I thought, I'll try that. So my freshman year in high school, I was 0-13, and our coach didn't know, he didn't know much about wrestling, and I would ask him, I'd say, "Coach, you know, how am I doing?" He'd say, "You're doing good, son. Just keep trying. Just keep trying." And so in the district tournament, someone got injured, and I got an injury default, so I went on to the next bracket, and I won my first match in districts. By 6-5 was the score, and I'll never forget. I thought, well, this is pretty neat. I actually enjoy winning, and I guarantee you, I was the worst wrestler at that region tournament. I know I was. I got killed, and I was scared to death. But we had a new coach come in the next year, and a little short fella, and he wrestled at University of Oklahoma, and he was a great coach, and so he brought our team up, and I was able, the Lord blessed me, I was able to place 3rd in Florida my junior year, and then win the state tournament my senior year. So I wasn't a great student. I applied to a couple of colleges and didn't get accepted. And so one of the wrestlers was at the state tournament, Mark Allison, and he was our 142-pounder for the Mocs, and he's a senior, and he's down there recruiting. He said, "You ever thought about wrestling in college?" I thought, well, no, not really, but at this point I don't have a lot of options. So I said, you know, Frank Matthews and I, who's here tonight, went on a recruiting trip up to Chattanooga, and we just loved it. The alumni here is great. The Burnsides, the Noblets, Jeff Ruffalo, and they're just so, Chattanooga has got just one of the best alumni support groups for wrestling. It's really a special thing. And we came up here that weekend, and I just knew I wanted to come here. And so anyway, UTC has been a great experience for me. I met my wife here. She was a local gal, and I remember in the cafeteria with my tray of food, and I was going to sit down, and I saw this cute little girl walk by with her tray of food, and I thought, you know, she is cute. I could marry her. And, so 17 years, and 3 kids later, we're married. And so I've been blessed. The Lord, I feel like, directed me to UTC, and just want to thank the alumni group for honoring me with this, and my parents are here. I had good parents, and my former teammates, you know, those guys that when I was a freshman, I was 17 years old, I was kind of a young guy, And you know, you walk into that room and there's guys that were fifth-year seniors who did redshirt a year and they're 22 years old and they look like grown men. And you're in there and they beat the tar out of you for the first 2 years. And so I want to thank those guys and but they know who they are. Those are the guys I never took down ever. And, but anyway, I want to thank my friends who came out tonight, Tom and Vera and Dan and Frank and their wives. And but just a great place. I'm very honored, you know, to be here and to accept this award. And I have to thank one more person. When I was a junior, that was the year I placed as an All-American. My teammate, Mike Newman, who coaches at Macaulay High School now, him and I were the same weight class, and we had to wrestle off to see who would get the varsity spot. Well, about 2 weeks before conference, he beat me for the varsity spot at 150. And so I had a decision to make, either not wrestle or cut some more weight, go down to 142. And so I ran like a madman and made the weight. And so that was, I have to thank Mike Newman publicly for beating me my junior year. And so I was able to be an All-American. But I do appreciate it, and I thank you all, and I'm very honored.
Our next honoree for men's basketball is Gary.